It's the uncomfortable conversation nobody wants to have, talking to your parents or children about inheritance money or estate planning. Ameriprise recently released a study called the Family Wealth Checkup, and it found startling statistics about how few of us want to have the talk. But the talk does not have to be awkward. Marcy Keckler, Vice President of Financial Advice Strategy, Ameriprise Financial, joins us now with tips on holding key conversations with your family. Marcy, we are glad to have your help today. Thank you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Inheritance/estate planning are serious subjects and ones that most people shy away from. What do you suggest?
Well, that's just what we wanted to understand. How are families talking about money? So we talk to people across generations. We talk to millennials and Gen Xers and baby boomers. And what we learned is about half of families said they are having money conversations. They tend to be focused most on day-to-day finances. And that's a great start. We also learned that the more people talk, the more confident they feel. Those things really go hand in hand. So it's great and it's a great start, but they are, as you said, a little bit more hesitant to talk about some big things like estate planning and inheritance, and so there's opportunities for families to go deeper.
Are there surprising findings in the Ameriprise Family Wealth Checkup study?
One thing that was really surprising was we learned from the parents who we surveyed, 4 out of 5 said they really do intend to leave an inheritance to their children, but only 1 out of 5 had already told their adult children how much to expect. And so I think that was a surprise, how relatively few people have had a more specific conversation with their adult children. And I think the concern there is that expectations and reality, they may not line up in the future. We know people who told us they expected to receive an inheritance, on average expect it to be about $100,000. But people who'd already gotten an inheritance said it was less than $100,000, and that is likely to lead to some disconnects in the future if families don't have conversations. So good reasons for families to talk about these things and to get started talking about them.
It's highly important to have these conversations, especially to let someone know where to find those important documents. What are you hearing?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things when people have done the work, and it is important to put together really, kind of a complete set of estate planning documents, things like a will and powers of attorney that indicate who should make decisions for you if you're in a spot where you can't, you're incapacitated, who should make financial decisions, who should make decisions about the kind of care that you want to sustain or extend your life. Those are critical documents. But if your family doesn't know where to find them and doesn't understand your wishes that are contained in them, it can lead to a lot more difficulty and challenge in a time that's likely already going to be difficult. So it really is important that you do the work to think through your wishes, talk through it with your family, and make sure they know where the documents are.
What is Ameriprise doing to help?
We help people think about the legacy that they want to leave and really how they want their loved ones and family to remember them. And I think that is something that almost everyone can relate to. Having a great conversation where you've thought about what's important to you and then you've conveyed that to your family. That is a great way that a financial professional can help you come through this conversation with your family together. And we also know that 59% of the baby boomers who we talked to said they really are using a financial professional to help them. And that can be a great objective third party to really bring your family members together and come up with a plan that works for everybody.
Marcy, before you take off today, do you have any other tips you would like to offer?
I think the last and most important thing for people is get started. 9 out of 10 of the adult children we talked to said they had waited for a life-changing event. Don't wait. Get started now, and you can reduce the financial stress on your family in the future, and you'll all feel more confident as a result.
Marcy, thank you again for being here.
Thank you, Angie.